Yes, sir. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? You know, we back with another video. And I have something interesting to talk to you guys about today. But before we get into that, I would like to thank all of you for all of the support. If you would like a chance to be featured in the videos, then you already know to leave a like, subscribe, and you already know. But we're going to get on into it because I feel like today's topic is something that has weighed on my heart heavy for a few days now. You know me, I keep it real with you guys. I have been struggling mentally, right? There's a number of reasons behind that, but it mostly comes from me always being a person who is like mentally centered and stuff. I don't really think I have been at a point in my life where my mental fortitude was a thing to question, right? Like, yeah, life was hard. Yeah, I've been down, broke, all that. But I've never been at a point where I doubted my ability to change the situation, right? And over the course of these few days, I had to like face not being as confident and not being as, I felt alone, right? Like anxiety from having to take on these insurmountable walls or stops to reach where I want to be, right? And the best way to that I think personally, because honestly I'm still dealing with it, right? I really don't know how to feel better, right? And that's what everybody's always saying. Just get up, you'll feel better eventually and shit. But what is your advice to someone that doesn't know how to feel better, right? What do you say then? Like, how do you give hope to someone who doesn't understand the conception of hope, right? And I say that this is the good part of how to get over solo anxiety as well. People think of Arena Breakout as this all-encompassing, unsurmountable game. Like most people, they say that they struggle. They only make 70k raids. They struggle in PvP. They don't know how to make money. All of these things like that. And for me, that sounds like life, man. Dudes are gonna be better. People are gonna have better stuff than you. You know what I'm saying? The situation isn't always going to be in your favor and stuff. And the only way to truly get around that is to figure out how you relate to the medium of which you're in. Me personally, I have learned to embrace solo play. Like, if you watch another, you'll notice I load in with randoms, but within the first 2 minutes they are dead. Like, and I used to have this thing where when my randoms died, I would just kind of play very, very passively. Like, I would just like kind of take my time, like really strongly take my time, like kind of just wait around and wait till everything moves. But now I am more of the initiator, simply because like I want to enjoy the game. And I feel like that's the thing with life. Like, my entire life I have always just felt like alone, like I never really belonged anywhere, you know what I mean? And that always kind of extended into like my gaming and my jobs. Like, I never had groups of friends that I would play the game with for prolonged periods of time. I always felt like a nomad, a drifter, if you will. Like, and when it came to AB, the drifter thing, it's all more apparent because AB is a very hard game when you're playing solo, right? And I'm also going into a new endeavor. I've never really tried to pursue content for just one game for any prolonged period of time. And I feel like for these past like few months where I have like really grown to not only appreciate AB, but AB is a big part of my life now. Like, AB, whether I know it or not, helped me get through a lot of mental gaps because of the way the game is set up. You have to take accountability. You have to actually understand the game and get better. Like, yes, are there unbalanced things? Are there unfavorable? True. But at the end of the day, it's not like it's impossible. And I feel like that's a lot of the things that we psych ourselves out of. We think that because the wall is so big, so massive, that we associate that with insurmountable, unpassable, unachievable. You know what I mean? And it's not. It just requires more effort. It takes 4 people less effort to climb or, to get a task done than one person. And that also applies to life. You may be going through your times where you don't have as much money, or you don't have the fancy car, or the clothes, or the career, and you feeling like you working towards all of these big things on your own, and it feels unfair. it feels like you're at a disadvantage. And I'm going to be the first person to tell you that you are. You are at a disadvantage. There are people that have more resources and all that, but that doesn't make you any less valuable. And I had to come to terms with that. Like, me, a big part of my thing is I don't feel valuable if I can't provide. Like, as a man, I feel like I am only worth what I can provide to you. And I know that that is not a healthy way to think, but I feel like I have to tell you guys this so nobody gains a perception of me that I just think that I am this all-knowing person or that I am better. Like, I struggle. I cry. I hurt. You know? Like, I'm scared sometimes. Like, you know, I doubt myself. I'm not always the most up. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like people who aren't able to express their dissatisfaction and their discontent with these things often will just kind of fall to the wayside and kneel under the pressure of holding themselves to these almost impossible standards. At the end of the day, success and all of these things will come and all of these things happen, but you have to be you. Like, you can't be so caught up in trying to climb the trees that you lose sight of the ground, man. Like you gotta understand, and I think that's like a big thing for me. I truly began to not just like doubt myself. I began to resent myself for my lack of abilities, for my lack of having. I felt that because I failed this much, it just meant that I was deserving of all of these bad and negative feelings, and it's just not the way to go about it. Like, and now that I'm sitting right here talking to you guys, you know what I'm saying, pursuing, actually trying to be the best I can be at AB, I'm really starting to understand that it's not always what you think, and it's not always going to go high. And sometimes things really do happen. Sometimes the worst things in life happen to give you open perspective. The kind of person who I was a year ago, I would have never sat here and made these type of videos. I didn't believe I could. But now I sit here and I constantly make commentary, advice videos. This is something I've always wanted to do, but I was just never truly confident that I had anything meaningful to offer to anyone. And see, even that in itself just goes to show that a lot of the things in life we talk ourselves out of. We allow our solo anxiety. We allow our perceptions of how we think people are going to perceive us in our actions, in our beliefs. And we allow them to, we minimize ourselves because we don't want to be judged. We don't want to be rejected. We don't want to be turned away for being who we are. You know what I mean? And I'm be like, that's, you gotta be who you are regardless. And yes, you're gonna lose people, and some people aren't. Everybody not for you. I remember I said that in a previous video. My content isn't for everybody, and that's just the same with things. Everybody's not for you. You gotta understand it, and that goes to your beliefs, the things that you're passionate about. You just gotta be the person willing to stand on it and what you believe in for yourself. And you know what I'm saying? We almost out of time. If you like the video, make sure you drop a like. But I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Never.